Hi everybody, hi guys, hi, welcome to our Instagram live, and we are doing this live because we are warming up to that was a fail. We are warming up to Women Winning Now Toronto. That is what we are doing. Hi guys, it's all about Women Winning Now Toronto. Gonna give folks a few more seconds to get on, and we're gonna talk about vision boards and vision boarding. And as you can see behind me, I am a very avid believer in vision boarding, and it is what we are going to be covering. Well, one of the things we're going to be covering in Women Winning Now Toronto. And so I wanted to come and talk about it a bit. I've been sharing recently some great stories of how folks have been using the vision boarding. What is it? A strategy? I think it's a powerful tool. It has really changed my life. I vision boarded for the first time when I was about 24, 25, about 8 years ago. And it's been so powerful for me. And I've been so privileged to lead vision boarding workshops for corporate bodies, for groups of women, for just people who want to win. I had a Make It Count vision board session for aimers. I've been very privileged to be able to do it. And I wanted to talk a little bit about vision boarding and take any questions, talk a bit about what we plan to do in Toronto next week. And you know, all of this is a deep privilege for me, and we have about 15-20 minutes for this live. So any questions that you have, please don't hesitate to ask. Is anybody from Toronto from Canada in here right now? Because that is happening. I'm just writing that here so that people can, when they come into the live, they can know what it's all about. Hey, Canada, June the 2nd. Although you look like a man, but we'll be very happy to be in Canada. And you should tell all your female friends about Women Winning Now in Canada. It's all about getting to next level, up level. And Rachel is going to be doing health, and Rochelle is going to be doing Rachel is doing health, Rochelle is doing happiness, so it's going to be really good. Alright, so without further ado, let me talk about vision boarding. So I created my first vision board, as I said, about 8 years ago. I became acquainted with vision boarding because I watched The Secret. And it was such a very powerful experience for me that I decided I had nothing to lose, and I would go ahead and create a vision board. Now, have you guys, hi Connie, what's up Connie? Connie, do you have a vision board? Do you guys have a vision board? Are you wondering about vision boards? Has it worked for you? Are you skeptical? Is it that you can't bother? What's going on? Because this is really just a Q&A for us to talk about vision boarding. As I said, it's something that I really recommend. I think it's a major key, a serious tool. Hi Karen, you have a vision board? Perfect. All right, great. Yes, Rochelle, you really do need to update. This week has been like, the past 7 days has been like vision board testimonial period. For some reason, like everybody been just telling me about their vision board. And I'll tell you this, I'm gonna start showing you guys some of my old vision boards, which I pasted on the back of these new vision boards, right? And I'm going to show you how powerful it's been. So this is one of my first vision boards here, right? And I put on it that I wanted to be, because I had this idea that being a working mom was like, you know, oh so awesome. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be like on conference calls holding the baby. It's gonna be so great. I also put on here a wedding ring on top of 2 wedding rings on top of a Bible because I really wanted to get married. I put here, you know, prayer and meditation. I was in a lot of credit card debt and I needed to get out of it, so I put that there. I wanted to earn US dollars, having just moved back to Jamaica. I was very concerned that the dollar seemed to be devaluing. I put here office because I was all about, I was working from, oh no, I had no office. I was working for the Ministry of Education and starting my own business on the side, and then I was working from Cannonball Cafe, and I dreamed about having an office. I didn't even know at the time how I could pay myself, much less pay for no rent, for no office, but I just put it there anyways. And let me show you some more. Oh, my dream was to have 1 full-time employee. It just seems like a really small dream right now, but at the time it was really big because I couldn't imagine paying myself, much less to have a full-time employee. Yeah. So I just went back in time. Sorry. Spare me. I went back in time. Alright, and then my other vision board. Okay. So then this other vision board that I have here, also, let me show you. Oh, it's, I guess I printed, it's the same. Don't worry. Alright, so here I had this picture of Kim Kardashian. Don't judge me, in a swimsuit, because you remember that I was very overweight and I'd lacked confidence and I'd never worn a swimsuit before like this. I put an auditorium because I wanted to be a speaker and really get into that whole world, but I was just so afraid and I just never knew it could be possible. And then I put a home here because I wanted to own a home, and they said everybody who come back to Jamaica can't own home. So I decided, well, I really wanted to own a home. I also put here a wedding dress and rings because, let me tell you guys, you know how men are sometimes. Them just a hitch with the proposal, even though, come on, Sasko, you knew I was the girl of your dreams when you met me. Let's be real. So I put it on my vision board because I really wanted to get married. Again, I wanted to earn US dollars, get out of credit card debt. These were some of the things that I was you know, struggling with at the time, and so I really dared to dream a bigger dream. And putting these things on the vision board at that time was really scary because I had no idea how I was going to make it happen. I put here office space, I put here students, even though I didn't have any students at the time. I really put there that I wanted to have students, and I said, you know, I put live your best year here because I wanted to live my best year, and that's kind of my objective every single year, is to really live my best year, right? So in any case, and I think there's another one up here that I would like to show you. I'm in my pajamas, don't mind me. Oh yes, perfect, there we go. Yeah, I watched The Secret, the Law of Attraction, exactly. So you're going to be there? Oh, you're coming. Oh my gosh, extra elegance. What's your name? I know the names of everybody coming to Women Really Know. I've been studying y'all's names, wondering what y'all gonna be like. Have you invited your friends? We have a BFF discount. Did you know about the BFF discount? Make sure you bring your BFFs because you have to share the winning, you know. Alright, so anyways, on this one I put, and these are my first vision boards again, I put Michelle Obama here because I just knew, somehow I knew that my arms could have muscles one day, and it was just all fat, and I was just wanting to be confident like Michelle Obama and wear some sleeveless dresses. So then I was like, oh my gosh, let me put Michelle Obama there. Then I put there a big woman with 2 children, 1 girl, 1 boy, and look how the girl is bigger than the boy. And of course, as you know now, probably, you guys know I have Joshua and Lauren. And then I also have a bonus baby, who is not really a baby, she's 12, but I got more than I asked for, so that God can really deliver to you over and above what you even dream of. So is there a time period? Thanks for the question, Sage. I love the questions because that's what this is all about. So you know what? I didn't put a time period on these ones. These are expired because I've gotten everything on these vision boards, which I'm really excited to say. And so I've created new ones. And there's stuff that has happened for me already on the new ones, and then there's stuff that hasn't, and then I update them like every 6 months. So I started off like last year. I thought about the concept of doing a 1 year long vision board, and then I just kept adding things to it that didn't necessarily need to happen in a year. So I'm not sure that mine are really temporal. I'm not sure they're time bound, but I do update them, and then also force myself to dream a new dream. And then the other thing is, definitely at the end of the year I update them. Definitely at the beginning of the year I need a new vision board, there's no doubt. And if everything hasn't happened, then what I'll do is keep all of the vision boards until I retire one fully. So like this is retired fully. 6 months. So I update every 6 months. And then I had here that I wanted to eat better because I was stuck in a pattern of eating terribly, just terribly. And I really wanted to just eat better and live better. And I did not. My favorite thing to eat was, not really is, but was chocolate. So I was like, not really eating healthy at all. And I decided I wanted to be that type, even though I thought God never made me that type. But then I just put that on there because I wanted to be that person. And so what else did I put on my first vision boards? I also put gratitude and prayer because I think those things are so important. I put a home because you guys know I wanted to own a home really badly. Moving boxes. And when I was putting this up, I had no idea how I was going to own a home, so it was very scary. I was very, very afraid. I was thinking, oh my gosh, I'm being unrealistic. And I've got a lot of anxiety putting these dreams on there, but I just decided I wanted to just think big, and I just felt the fear and did it anyway, which is kind of what we need to do every day, right? Just feel the fear and do it anyway. And so so those are retired because I'm dreaming new dreams, and all of those things have happened. And so here I have stay strong. I have the globe in the hand because I want to be more global with my business, with AIM, with my speaking business, and I put it up here. And then I had my first 2 speaking engagements this year, which is overseas speaking, 3 speaking engagements overseas this year. And so I was like, wow, that's really, really powerful. I already have global, international clients for AIM, but I'm planning to grow that some more. So that's why that's there. And then, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. So even reminders that you're going to need on your way to success are okay to put on the vision board as well. It doesn't just have to be images. It can be reminders of what you're going to need to do or who you're going to need to be on your way to that success. And so build your business teams. Survival in business requires a synergy of skills. And then I also have on there learn new skills because I want to do more digital stuff this year. And so it's a bunch of different things. This lady here is the #1 most requested female speaker in the world. She's Mel Robbins. Go and follow her. She's really inspirational. And so, different things I have on there. And I'm working toward it every single day. And things have already started to happen. And it's sort of crazy, but it happens. And I know, I just know I don't get too surprised by it. I'm pleasantly surprised and always grateful, but I kind of know it's going to happen because it's on the vision board. Okay, so questions. Somebody asked, how do you start your vision board? The first thing I do to start my vision board is that I start to think about my vision for my life and how I see my mission in this world. And that's one of the exercises that I take. I'm going to take the ladies through in Toronto, and every time I do a vision board workshop, we have to stop to think about our lives and what truly makes you happy. What do you do that just feeds your soul, that just gives you energy? Today on BBC, I was listening to someone and they were talking about cleaning the sewers in London, and this one of the ladies who cleans the sewers was explaining how exciting she found it. And to a lot of people, it's like, cleaning sewers, ew, you know. And I was kind of taken aback and turned up the radio a little because I really wanted to hear it. And she talked about how, you know, she sees so much history underground, you know, because, you know, before they built the city up, it was down, and they have still signs from those days in England. She talked about, you know, so this ability to see what others didn't see. Then the knowledge that she's really doing a service in the world, and she feels, you know, needed and useful because she's making a difference. So, you know, your way of making a difference and my way of making a difference might be different, but we still derive the same sense of fulfillment and joy and excitement. And that's what she gets from cleaning sewers, and that's what I get from talking, and that's what I get from connecting. I've always loved to talk. And then I also knew, oh, I love to talk, but I also really, you know, I'm very interested in empowering people. And then, okay, I'm really into education, which I only found out because I took an internship one summer teaching for Mr. Bell, and found out that I like to teach too. And so my life has been about kind of piecing together these different things to build a life that I enjoy, where I get to do those things. So I think we need to take a design approach to life, and that's what I like about the vision board, because you can really just get very bold and creative about what it is that does set your soul on fire, what it is that you enjoy. A lot of people don't even tune in enough to what they enjoy and think about how to do it, because they're so caught up in, oh my gosh, how is this going to pay the bills? Oh my gosh, how is this going to... And those concerns are real, and I'm not telling you to go and leave your job to go and, you know, pursue your passion and then be broke, because I'm not about that life. But I am saying, think about how you can do it more. So the first step in the vision board is really just thinking about, what do I enjoy doing? And what does happiness mean to me? I'm really very passionate about the fact that we all need to define what success looks like. And so on my vision boards, there are 3 of them up there. There's always going to be a family piece in there. There's always going to be, you know, a husband piece in there, or a partnership piece, because those things from my life are really, really, really important. And deepening relationships with my kids and my husband and my sister and my family and friends, those things are really important, because relationships equal life. So it's kind of just thinking about your life, thinking about what makes you happy, thinking about what you enjoy doing, and then trying to think about your life along some different lines. So personal and family relationships, you know, career goals, financial. So you get to think about your life in all these different areas, and then you set a vision for yourself in each of those areas and write it down. And then you start to now match the images and the representations to what you have written down. Obviously, there's some more depth to it that it takes, you know, and there are workbooks, and we kind of have to do some deep thinking, and you have to consider the cost of not getting it, and it's really a lot that goes into vision boarding. And that's why, you know, I really believe in doing it properly and doing it step by step. And I'm going to do a masterclass on vision boarding at Women Winning Now in Canada on June the 2nd. And then participants are going to create the vision boards in that session, because that's one thing. People start vision boards and don't finish them, and we need completion. So we're going to finish the vision board in that, and then I'm gonna do an online masterclass where we get to just have our magazines ready and have our phone boards, and we buy everything in advance, and we can sort of sit down and figure it all out together. What motivates me, I really just feel like I have a purpose and I want to fulfill it. I think I'm very motivated by that sense of mission. I'm also weirdly motivated by fear, and you know, fear is this thing that you can either make paralyze or motivate you, and I choose to make it motivate me. And the way I choose that is that I feel the fear and I force myself to do it anyway. Even if I kick, scream, bawl, and meltdown, I'm still just finding some way to just get it done anyway. So I don't know, I have a fear of being mediocre in this world. I feel like I just know inside me there's a lot that wants to get out and that needs to get out, and I feel like I owe it to myself to let that shine through. And so the fear motivates me in that way, like I wasn't born to be mediocre. And the reason I can feel that so deep is because I pray every single day, and I feel the calling, and I feel as though God loves me. He loves you too. So it's not like I'm just over here with God loving me more than anybody else, but I know that God loves me, and I know that He wants the best for me, and I'm great in His eyes. I'm a daughter of a king, and I just feel compelled to live up to that. So that's what will get me up and be like, okay, I have to sort this out. So another question: is it important to put goals on your vision board that you are almost sure you will achieve without much effort? I love this question. Who is this lady? McPherson, I love you. Who is McPherson? Marisa? Are you the real boss? I love that question. Connie, I am going to do a class, definitely. All right, McPherson. Thank you for that question. If you have a goal where you can just lock your eye and achieve, and it doesn't stretch you, it don't make your belly hurt. Like I put on here, New York Times best-selling author. That made my belly hurt because all I can think about is, Lord, that hard, how it will happen, what if it don't happen, I'm going to be so sad. That's the kind of goal you gotta put on the vision board. You have to put those stretch goals, those goals that will require you to be something, to do something more. The goals that just going to require you to rise to the occasion. Those are the goals that belong on your vision board. If it's something you could have just lock your eye and rest your body and do, just go and go do it anyway. I'm not saying don't do it, you not do it. But the vision board is a stretch. I have up here lines, I have up here lines and lines and lines and lines and lines of people. And I envision that that's going to be for one of my events. And I have a whole crowd, auditorium of people, thousands or tens of thousands of people. I imagine that's going to be a speech one day. Like, it takes courage for me to dream those dreams. Yeah, I have no idea how they're going to happen, but I'm doing the work. You know what I mean? All right. So I answered that question. How do you break down the big goals? That's a great question. That's what I call micro goaling. You have the macro goal, and then you have to have the micro goal so that you can build up all the steps, and so you don't get discouraged, because you know how we are creatures of momentum. We have to feel like we're moving. Any minute we feel like we're not moving, we pop down, we lose motivation, this, that. So that's why we have to have the little milestones. We have to have the smaller goals so that we can work our way up to the big goal. And so the gains that we get from achieving the smaller goals give us the energy and momentum to keep going, and then before we know it, we're at the big goal. So that is a big part of what we do in the vision board class. When am I going to write the book on vision boarding? Thank you, Sandra D. I remember you. Sandra D, were you the one in the cooking class yesterday, Kush, asking some very rude question about poor married Kush? Okay, I'm going to do the vision board book this year. Is that okay? Is that a good answer? It's going to be out in time for you to buy it for Christmas and do it for the New Year. How about me making that commitment in here? I don't know how it fly out of my mouth, but now that I've made the commitment, I will be sticking to it. All right. Oh, you're a realtor, Sinclair. You're welcome. You should take the Masterclass with me, or come to Women Winning Now Toronto. You're winning from here on. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that you're winning right now. Yes, new book, definitely. All right, so yeah, so that's what I wanted to share. Vision board is a powerful tool, and don't be afraid to you also have to look at the vision board every day. Like, you can't put it somewhere where you're hardly going to see it, because that is sure not going to work. People make the vision board and then bury the vision board. That's kind of weird. Don't do that. And did I also mention that the house I cut out and put on the vision board, my current home, is painted in the identical colors, and the kind of design is very similar, although I had nothing to do with choosing the paint colors or design for my current home. Now, if that is not weird, I don't know know what is. And then I was telling about my student who put Google in the center of his vision board 8 weeks ago and got an email from Google today about an internship, and now he's gotten the internship and he's going to start working there. And then my other student, no, it's not my student. Oh, a vision boarder that I met at Pegasus, who was telling me all about the different things that have been happening for her since the vision board. And I mean, I could literally go on and on about just, and I told you, all 3 of the vision boards I initially made, every single thing on there has happened. I put the globe on this vision board, and before I know it, I'm less than halfway through the year with 3 international speaking engagements under my belt, and you know, like, it's real. I don't know how else to put it. It's definitely real. I put on there, like, I love going to the country and resting my body by the beach. So I have on here, I'm gonna show you. It's not like, okay. I put on here this, right, guys? And last week I went to an event and I totally won a 3-night stay. I won a 3-night stay at a hotel on the North Coast. I was like, go vision board, go vision board. I was so excited about it. So yeah, no, it's really real. Do more digital. I've been doing more digital. Learn new skills. I've learned so many new skills related to digital in the past couple of months. I have on there, I'm the strongest I've ever been. I hope that's true. And you know, I'm a child of God because I believe that that's so important. That lady with the multicolored pants is just a more confident me. And then, you know, I just believe so much in everything that I'm doing, and I know it's happening. So it's just super exciting. Super exciting. Okay, so any more questions? Big up to you. You've done something that has been one of the hardest things in my life, shining through and staying motivated while so many things work against you and so many people wish ill. People wish ill? Who are they? Do they exist? I don't see them. I'm kidding. I know they exist. And, you know, people say hurtful things, and I hear some of them, but I just channel it out of my mind. And the other thing is that I pray a lot, and I also know that people feel about you, how people feel about you is often a reflection of how they feel about themselves, which is also really sad. So you just have to pray for those people, Samantha. And the devil is a liar, and I'm not going to make him win, so I don't have any time to focus on those things. But yeah, so you just have to keep it moving, because you know that you're very focused. Oh yes, I'm supposed to do the Make It Count meetup. Maybe I'll do the Make It Count meetup and this Vision Board Masterclass as one thing, and just have it filmed well, and yeah, maybe that's what I'll do, because I owe the Make It Count meetup people a Vision Board Masterclass. I know that I had to cancel it last time because I wanted to go to breakfast party. Confession, I was like, no, this is my one little party I look forward to the whole year. I have to go to breakfast party. Okay, so I'm gonna remind Robert about that. Is it safe to put something you keep failing at on the vision board? Is it that it's not for you to achieve, move on, and make new ones? That's an interesting question. It depends on why you keep failing. I really believe failure can be a teacher, and a frustrating teacher at that. But sometimes it's not that you need to give up, but sometimes you might need to approach it differently. Okay, so it's not always a sign that you need to give up. It could be a sign that you just need to approach it differently, come up with a different way of doing it. It doesn't mean you just sort of sit there and say, oh yeah, it's not for me. It could very well be for you, but just not in the way you've been going about it. So I don't believe necessarily. Obviously, I have to know what it is. It's like, okay, if I was trying to be a nuclear physicist, at some point I would have to give up, because, Nicole, you're not going to be a nuclear physicist. It's just not happening. Oh, I'm trying to read the questions from my other phone, not to give you guys an echo. Nobody's getting an echo, right? Are you getting an echo? The last time it was an echo. All right, what else? What other questions? How about you make a date with all the young girl and women who share your name? to inspire that there are many Nicole from various social backgrounds within the Jamaican society. You know, so that's true. That's a good idea. Hey, the name Nicole common bad for true, you know. I mean, it is fairly common, I have to admit. Will I ever stop being vegan? And also, what keeps me going? Okay, I'm not 100% vegan. I'm mostly vegan. I would say I'm 5/7 vegan, which means I eat vegan 5 out of 7 days of the week, and then on 2 days of the week, which are the weekends, I may eat vegan, but I may also not eat vegan. I really like fish, so I'm not completely vegan. I don't like chicken at all, so I don't eat chicken. That's just by choice. I'm not a beef fan anymore because I just think about how long it takes to digest. Like, I think about how long it's on your stomach, and that just kind of grosses me out, so I don't eat beef anymore. But yeah, I'm not a full vegan, but the vegan life, like even just switching to mostly vegan, has given me so much more energy and, you know, TMI, but it's given me also increased regularity, you know, and you know what that means without me having to describe it. I got to the bathroom easier. And it's just true. It's like it just feel more natural. It's like you just feel more of yourself and your skin look better. And I mean, I can't tell the last day that my skin popped down. Obviously, that's with the help of Face Place. I keep looking over there because Sasko soon come in here and be like, what you do? He could be lurking in my life right now for all I know. But anyway, yes, I really love being vegan. And what keeps me going is feeling like I have a sense of purpose in this world, and that I want to just help people to feel that sense of purpose too, and that I was just sort of placed to live my best life and help other people to live their best life. And it makes me excited. Yeah. Okay. So, oh, yeah, Realtor Sinclair. Can men attend the Toronto show? Rochelle, you see that question? Can men attend the Toronto show? OMG. Can men attend the Toronto show? No. It's for women. But you can invite women. Okay? Sandra D, I know it's you from Kusho yesterday. You were just too funny. Yes, we're coming to LA, right, Rochelle? LA, we say. Celine, better you send an email because the Instagram DMs are very rough. I'm just dreaming of when we will clear through the Instagram direct messages. We are working on it, but it's a whole heap of messages. And then, so anyway, send an email instead. What type of material is the white background? This is Fontana sells them their foam board, and then this one I can't remember. I think I got these from JMB, you know, to be honest, and I'm not sure where they got them from. Okay, what other questions? I like this. I'm going to try it. I've always had my goals in my head and have a daily focus on them, but I've never done a write down. Fashion Addicts Boutique, JA. Okay, let me just share this gem with you. I learned from Brian Tracy that the people who write down their goals are 44% more likely to achieve them, and this is from scientific studies. So if you can boost your chances of achieving your goals by 44%, then you need to get it done. And then doing the visual activates the RAS in your brain. That's the reticular activation system. These things are at the forefront of your consciousness. You're more likely to recognize opportunities to reach your goals, and so you're more likely to go after them because you know about them. It's like when you go and buy a white Honda and then suddenly on the road all you can see is white Honda. It's the same idea, it's the same concept. And so you definitely need to do this. You owe this to yourself. You have nothing to lose. Thank God the day I was sitting down in Jeffrey's house at the time, because we weren't married, so it was my house, and I watched this Secret on the TV, and I was like, oh my gosh. And what I liked is that I'd always had these fears that my dreams were too big and that I wasn't going to achieve them. And what the vision boarding technique and the Secret really taught me is that I was in control of it, and I didn't have to worry about would I be lucky enough, and I didn't have to worry about, you know, would my luck run out, or would it happen for me, or would I be in the right place at the right time. It really just put such control in my hands to the point where I even, when I'm driving in a parking lot, I envision my parking space before I even reach in there. I'm like, in the name of Jesus, thank you for this parking space. And inevitably the parking space appears. Ask Robert. I don't ever park far from anywhere because I always have a parking space waiting for me. And it's just the law of attraction, and it's not no hairy-fairy thing, it's just a fact. It's a fact. So write them down, fashion addicts. How can you overcome fear when you're trying to achieve goals in style, Trudy? Let me tell you this, in style, Trudy. You just have to do it more time, you know, and you just have to all ball and feel the fear. I tell you, my first speaking engagement, I cried on the floor in my room. Jeffrey scraped me up and sent me. And then when I reach the people in place, I park, I cry again in the parking lot, fix up my makeup, pray to Jesus and give it to him. And I went and took the action. And now I might still get nervous for a speaking engagement, depending on what it is. But I'm so much more confident, and I even will get excited now to go and do a speaking engagement. And imagine that I cried on the floor and didn't want to go, even though it's such a part of my dream. And 7 years prior I'd cut out a whole auditorium full of people. So you have to actually take the action. And that's another thing that I share in Women Winning Now, in our workshops. And what I love about Women Winning Now is that it's the vision board is one thing, and you have different goals on the vision board, but what the workshop and the summit gives you is that you learn the tools. So you learn the tools for happiness from Rochelle Gapier, who is a great author. She's the happiest person I know. She is the authority on happiness. So go on Amazon.com right now and buy her book right now. Rochelle Gapier, G-A-P-E-R-E. Go on Amazon and just look for Rochelle Gapier. It will be the only book she has, right? So go and get it. Because these, and she's going to talk about it in the workshop, but to integrate daily happiness routines and practices into your life will change the trajectory of your whole life, because it changes your mood and your energy. And when you have a higher mood and a higher energy, you're more able to pursue your goals. And then, Rachel talks about health, and her book Reset is also out. If you guys haven't gotten it, go and get it now. But it's also like, if you don't have the right energy, if you don't have mental clarity, like eating bad food makes you brain foggy, it makes you lethargic, you have low mood. All these things are in your way, and so how are you going to achieve all your goals if you're not healthy and happy? But what's the point of achieving all your goals if you're not healthy and happy? So it's not even that you can't achieve them without optimum health and happiness. But why? We want best life. We don't want just success in one compartment and then pop down in the other compartment. How many people we know on the top of their business game in their career, but them relationship life just miserable? Them don't talk to them mother, father, them have no company, nothing. Everything else is just, but them have all the money in the world and all the material things. We're not going for that. We want it all. And that's on my vision board. On my vision board, on one of those vision boards, it says, I want it all. That's because I don't think I should sacrifice happiness in one area to get it in another area. I don't think I can have my career or my family. I just think I can have all of it. And we're figuring out how to do that, and we want to share that with women and connect. So, yes. Let's see if we have any more questions. I think those are all the questions, and I hope that we got it all done. So who in here is coming? Who in here is from Toronto? Who is coming to Women Winning Now? Are there any? And I didn't send out this live to our millennials, because this was a very spontaneous live. This was like totally unplanned. I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do a live. But Rochelle is doing a webinar on how to recover from setbacks and disappointments. You ever have a setback and a disappointment, and it's like it just choke you, like you just can't do nothing. You don't even know how to move on, whether it's a breakup or whether it's something in work. You never get a promotion, never get that client you thought you would have gotten. These different setbacks in life that can drain your energy. The quicker you can bounce back from failure, rejection, setback, etc., is the more success you'll have in life, because we're none of us immune from it. Life is happening, and it's happening to all of us. Oprah was fired from her first TV job because they said she wasn't charismatic enough. Come on, people. Why would you think we're more special than Oprah? But so Rochelle is going to be talking about that on Saturday, and that's free and exclusive to all the women in the Women Winning Now community. So for all the Toronto ladies who haven't gotten their tickets yet, they need to hurry up and get it so you don't miss all of our pre-workshop winningness. I also recommend this book called, because your realtor Sinclair is asking about anything on mentorship, and I will say that I think that that Sheryl Sandberg's book called Lean In is a major key, and it talks a lot about mentorship. So go and read that book and see if you still have any questions for me. Tips on reading, we just did, and I was so excited to see Joshua. He read so beautifully tonight, and he was so enthused, and there's all this expression and excitement. And what I say about that is I've always positioned reading as this fun, exciting thing for the kids, and it's always been a reward, not a punishment. Be very careful. Like a lot of times when kids don't behave, we're like, go read a book. No, it is a reward. Listen, if you don't behave, you're not getting story time tonight. You know, it's your birthday, it's Christmas, it's this, oh, let's go and get a book. You know, anybody coming from foreign, what must bring for the kids? Oh, bring them books. You know, so it's always been a reward. And so that's one of the very early techniques that I used in a very deliberate way, is to position reading as something exciting. And they see me reading too. I read a lot. And so, you know, they also see that behavior modeled. A lot of times we want kids to do things, but we're not doing them ourselves. And that's problematic because kids learn by example. All right. Okay, my wife wanted to take me. Thanks for answering. Oh, tell her to take her girlfriend. I'm sorry. Rochelle, why we can't have an event for couples? I'm sorry. Oh dear, we need that tip. Oh, in the middle of reading No Excuses by Brian Tracy, it is everything. Isn't it everything? Anybody in here has never read Brian Tracy, No Excuses? Just come off of this live right now and go read it. Happiness is our birthright, Rochelle. One happy thought at a time, 30 days to a happier you. What y'all still doing in here? Go and buy Rochelle book right now. I will not be offended if you just exit out of this live right now. You need to go and copy it. And she has a journal that accompanies the book. And then Rachel's book is Reset, which we're really excited about as well. So it's all about the winning. So guys, I have to run now. I don't want Sasko to get real pissed off. The vision board can be done in a few hours. So the vision board workshop at Women Winning Now is about 3.5 hours long, and you are basically finished by the time that's finished. The masterclass is going to be about 2.5 to 3 hours long as well. Yeah, as long as you prepare in advance, you have to have your magazines ready and all those things, and put it around themes that, you know, are important to you. So as I said, the major ones are spirituality, family, you know, career, travel, if that's important to you. The beauty of the vision board is you define your own success and your own winning. Advice to single women. Rochelle is going to give advice to single women in her webinar, so I don't want to really touch that as much. Okay, but guess what happened now? Can't do confident. You are from Toronto. Men can't attend, but girls can, and I know you have a lot of female friends, so you best try and make sure that you share that information. It's lean in. That's what it's called. That's what the mentorship book is called. I'm going to do a masterclass on vision boarding online, which everybody in the whole wide world, man, woman, friend, everybody can do. But I'm really looking forward to meeting up in Toronto next week. I'm bringing more copies of the book. I know we ran out the last time. Rochelle will have copies of her book, which she will autograph. Rachel will have copies of her book, which she will also autograph. And we really just, you know, want it to be a great time. And we're really excited and looking forward to it. And it's next week, Saturday already. I can hardly believe it. And you can grab the tickets on womenwinningnow.org, and then look out for the first workshop we had, pre-conference workshop. It was networking, because we need to know how to network effectively to drive our lives forward and how to build relationships. Then the second workshop was about self-care, which Rachel led, which is so important. You can't pour from an empty cup, and we women sometimes want to please everybody in the world and then forget about ourselves, and we pop down and bed-rattled, and that cannot work. You have to pour from a full cup, pour with joy. So that was that. And then Rochelle is going to be dealing with resilience and recovering from disappointments and setback, everything from your career not going the way you wanted, or a failure, or your goal, or your relationship, and all those things. And so that's happening on Saturday. So yeah. So anyway, head to the website to find out more about womenwinningnow.org, and if you need more information, you can always send us a quick email. But Canada, we're excited and we cannot wait to see you. And that is a wrap, because we got to go. Can't be confident. You work on your vision board since 2008. That's a 10-year vision board take you for done. No, that is procrastination in its worst form. But never endorse that. There's no way a vision board must take you 10 years. No, sir. You really need to come. Listen, put on a wig and a dress and come to Women Winning now, because it look like you really need a healing. Because it look like I beat you on top of your head about procrastination. That's a chapter in Make It Count. Have you guys all grabbed the Make It Count, by the way? Make It Count. Have you read the chapter on procrastination? I got a message from somebody who said that it completely transformed their life. And I was sharing about the girl who said, not the girl, Krista. Krista, who was sharing how the vision board changed her life and helped her to stop procrastinating. So I would say to my friend, can't be confident, that look like you need to read the book and stop that procrastination. But anyways, I have to go now. I don't want to get in trouble. You know, you have to prioritize your relationships. And also, I'm getting really tired. You see how my voice is slowing down? So, Make It Count is a staple on your nightstand. Rochelle, you know one thing with Rochelle, you have to love the sisterhood of just this support that make you feel just like on top of the world. You know, get you some friends that make you feel on top of the world. Sometimes, you know, the next thing, I mean, that's a whole nother life. But guys, sometimes we're doomed before we start because we have the wrong people in our life. Some pop down, moaning and groaning, miserable, complaining, glass ever half empty friend. We need to drop them friendly. Like when them call you, you're not available, you have to go. Them call you to gossip and complain, swerve it. Because you listening to complaining, Stanford University study shows, is the same thing as you complaining yourself. And you know what it does? It shrinks your brain cells and helps you not to make good decisions, because it shrinks the area of your brain responsible for decisions. And that's just a no. So everybody in here tonight, just drop the waste friend then, because it's not going to work. And Rochelle's support and her winning awesome energy just a while ago reminded me that that is a message I think that's relevant no matter what. Because how are you going to get all these big goals and big dreams if you have somebody sucking your energy every single day, or more than one person sucking you dry every day? It's like before you even rise, you fall, right? So we need to all pay attention to that, because that is just a no-no. So yeah. All right, guys. You guys take care, all right? I'll see you all in Canada. I'll see you all in Canada next week. So next week, Saturday. Yes, I need to go and take off my makeup now. Oh dear. Gerard said, waste family too. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear. Hi, Susie Reed. All right. It's been real fun, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I press N and it ain't ending.